They locked in a 5-year contract between now and the end of 2028, and the convention's going to hit in the September timeframe. TwitchCon is expected to bring in about 30,000 visitors to San Diego. This would make it one of the top 5 conventions in San Diego. And if they lock it in for 5 years, that means it's going to be an important convention overall. They went to Las Vegas in 2023. And I think what they saw is they've done, surveys that San Diego is really a fan favorite. San Diego, these size conventions are very important to the city. In the past year or so, the city's had about 500,000 visitors to various conventions, generating about $1.2 billion in economic impact, where Comic-Con is number one. But again, if you're generating conventions with 30,000 attendees, that's a big boon for San Diego, for the city, for the hotels, and for the downtown community. Economic growth was phenomenal for the United States. The full year, about 2.5%. The third and fourth quarters were the growth story for the United States in 2023. The third quarter was 4.9%, which, for the number one largest economy in the world, is sizzling growth. 3.3% in the fourth quarter is also sizzling growth. And since the first quarter of 2021, holistically, the US economy has grown pretty aggressively and really kind of recuperating from the pandemic. And as we saw, the holidays, spending was about 30% higher than forecast. Another driver was business inventories and government spending. So overall, all three parts of the equation, consumers, government, and business, all invested in the third and fourth quarters of 2023. Wage growth was fairly solid. And in the fourth quarter, the run rate of inflation was under the 2% threshold that the Fed is looking at, which means the Fed is feeling much more confident that it will cut rates in 2024. Now, some economists and analysts are suggesting, with a high probability, 70%, that the Fed may make their first cut as early as the end of March. The Fed has signaled kind of more into the June timeframe, but sometime at the end of the first quarter into the second quarter, barring any external shocks, it is likely the Fed's going to cut rates by 1/4 point and probably 2 more cuts if nothing really happens for the balance of the year.